All right, beauties, have a seat, wiggle around, get situated. Find your place here. And once you find that place, that seat, allow yourself to land here. Take an extra long exhale. Settle your hands somewhere where there's no effort for your hands and your arms. You can close your eyes or just look down in front of you. Let's take a few exaggerated breaths through the nose. And as you take these breaths, feel your rib cage expanding. Feel the way that diaphragm sitting at the base of your ribs moves up and down like a little elevator. On the inhale, the diaphragm presses down, giving you more room for breath in your lungs. And on the exhale, it squeezes up, it rounds like a parachute to push breath out of your lungs. So just kind of feel that jellyfish-like movement of the diaphragm moving down on your inhale and up on your exhale to facilitate your breathing. It's really a beautiful muscle inside of you. As you sit here taking these first few breaths, I'd like you to just pull your shoulders back and stick your chest out. Imagine seeing yourself sitting here in a mirror. Greeting your beauty, your brilliance, your light. Notice if your mind wants to argue with any of those compliments. And just know that your mind is conditioned to argue with those compliments. But no cap, you are beautiful. So we're going to play today with a pose called fish pose, and it's a pose of heart opening. And I'd like you to just view all of these exercises today as ways to shine, that you are light and you're just giving yourself, you're polishing the front of this big flashlight, sticking forward with your chest. So let's start with simple breathing. Inhale, lift your chest, squeeze your shoulders, and then exhale, open up your shoulders, drop your chin. Move with your breath. We really need to loosen up through the thoracic spine today in order to come into fish pose comfortably. So just start here, lubricating the joints, putting softness and movement around your shoulders. Really just awareness right now. And then pausing with your neutral spine, bring your arms straight in front of you, palms face each other. Inhale, open your arms wide, lift your chest, lift your chin. Exhale, close your hands together, let your shoulder blades broaden. Do that with breath. No force, just a gentleness. An opening into that beautiful light. And then with arms out in front, raise your arms up high and lower your arms, let them sweep behind you. You might have to come out on a little angle if you've got longer arms. Feel this shoulder movement, these two extremes, shoulder extension, shoulder flexion. Notice if there's one arm that feels a little more limited or one direction. And then holding the arms straight in front of you, we're going to do two opposite actions. Arms are forward, pull your shoulder blades back. Can you do both? Reach your arms forward as far as you can while your shoulders are glued to your back, and then try that movement without moving your shoulder blades, and it's going to be significantly less movement. But you should start to feel a lot of strength back there between your shoulder blades. If you practiced with us on Monday, you're a little bit sore back there, right? Shoulder blades in retraction, they're pulled together, and you're adding arm movement to that. So just let your body memorize that feeling. We will return to that throughout class. All right, go ahead and come over onto all fours. And let's continue being aware of this thoracic spine. So neutral position, press your hands into the mat. The arms stay straight. We're going to open up the shoulder blades here. It's scapular protraction. Neck doesn't move, hips don't move. And then just drop your chest down between your arms. Arms stay straight. Shoulder blades are forced together. Do that again. Straight arms. Protraction and retraction. The core is engaged so that there's no movement in your hips, your belly, or your neck. It's all around the shoulder girdle. Again, warming up, lubricating this thoracic area of the spine. All right, press up, scapular protraction, open those shoulder blades, bring the knees a little bit closer together, and then just start to drop your hips side to side. Let's get a little warm up through the outer hips. Even though we're working on fish, we're gonna get the whole body today. Fast or slow, whatever feels good to your body. And then come back to tabletop, find all fours, core engaged. Inhale, reach your right arm forward and your left leg back. Find strength here. And as that right arm reaches forward, lift the thumb. So again, feel that strength in the upper back. And then let's tuck, elbow to knee, round your back. Inhale, lift. Coming from stretching your back to strengthening. One more time, reach out, 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 out. Bend that back knee. And then if you like, reach your right arm back toward your foot. You can just reach it in that direction, or if you like, you can find the foot with the hand. Press into your left hand, open up through your chest. Breathe. And release back to spinal balance. Drop the hand, drop the knee, widen the knee. Let's come into child's pose. Pausing between sides. You can let your forehead touch your block or the floor, and then just roll your head side to side. And then easing way back up to all fours. We're just going to switch sides. So let's take the left arm forward and the right leg back. Reach and hold, find your core. The left thumb lifts a little bit higher. And begin to move with your breath. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, lift up. As you're lifting up, feel that upper back, shoulder blade on your back, core strong. Lifting and holding with your breath, bend your knee. The left arm comes back to find that foot. Either just reach toward it or hold it. Deep breaths, everybody. Awesome. Release again. Come back to tabletop. And let's tuck our toes, lift into downward facing dog. Pedal your heels right here. Pause for several breaths in this pose. So in downward facing dog, try again to hug your shoulder blades together onto your back. As you do that, this is going to feel weird, pull your armpits forward. So I'm asking you to do opposite actions at the same time. So squeeze your shoulder blades together and pull your armpits forward. It's like your shoulders are confused. They don't know whether to go forward or back, so they're just holding strong in place. Let your head drop a little farther. And then soften everything as you walk your feet forward. Press hands to shins, lift halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Let's sweep the arms high, extended mountain. And as we do, the thumbs press back. So continuing to work on that upper back strength. Let's cactus the arms, lift the chest. And again, gliding those shoulder blades up and down the back with breath. The chest is open. Belly is engaged. Focused on the strength in your back. You are beautiful and bright. Let your light shine. And then keep your shoulder blades where they are. Just lower your arms onto your sides, just down. So a couple of things I want to play with here. I'd like you to take your rib cage and stack it directly over your hips. So imagine your ribs being a flashlight shining down into the pelvis. As you do that, wrap your shoulders onto the back, and you're going to notice that there's a lot of core required. Because to wrap the shoulders onto the back, we tend to pop the rib cage out. So you're trying to do these two opposite actions of hugging in and squeezing back. Lots of effort, right? Lots of heat. Let's inhale the arms up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Shifting forward into plank pose, pause right here. And you can do a couple of those little shoulder push-ups if you like. Arms straight, lifting and lowering. And then let's drop our knees to the mat, toes point back. Slowly lower down onto your belly. And as we're here, everybody, point your toes back, press the tops of your feet into the mat, let your kneecaps lift up, come into cobra. Another place for strength in the back. Really point hard through those toes, let your kneecaps stay lifted off your mat. That's an important part of fish pose, those pointed toes. And then press up to tabletop, find your core, and we're gonna lift one knee and then the other. We did this last week when we were working on upward facing dog, stretching through the front of the ankle. If you want a little extra core work, lift both of your knees at the same time, pressing down on the front of your ankles. Woo, shake, shake, shake. And then come back down, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Take some time here with me to pedal the heels. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and hug your armpits forward. Looking forward, bring your feet toward your hands, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach high, extended mountain. And now find that flashlight thing again. Rib cage shooting right straight down into the pelvis, bottom ribs in. Cactus your arms. Feel all that strength. And then lower your hands to your sides. Pause. There should be a lot of heat here. Woo. All right, let's do that again. Rise high, everybody. Breathe in. Dive forward, breathe out. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, downward facing dog. Shifting forward into plank pose, knees or toes, lower halfway down. Point your toes back and melt your body to the ground. Let's take a giant roll, shoulders up, back, and down, cobra pose. You're pointing the toes so the kneecaps come off the ground. And if you like, you can extend your arms, come up into upward facing dog. Either way, toenails press down, kneecaps lift up. Breathe here. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Take a giant breath in and a loud sigh. Exhale. Looking forward, feet to hands. Lift halfway and fold down. Let's rise high, and with the arms overhead, the thumbs press back, stack your rib cage over your pelvis. Make that flashlight thing happen. Cactus the arms super strong through the upper back. Ooh, that feels amazing and warm. Arms to your sides. All right, shake things out. Let that be a little loosey-goosey for a second. Let's take our feet a little wider, hips distance. We're gonna go back to that feeling of moving the arms. So inhale to shoulder flexion and see if you can not pop out your rib cage. Exhale, shoulder extension. So go as far as you can in both directions. Shoulder flexion, shoulder extension. Let's start to add chair pose to that. So we're going to inhale up, rib cage stays in. Exhale, sink to chair, fly your arms behind. Move with your breath. Super aware of that space between the shoulder blades and your ability to open and soften through the front of your chest. We have so much bony protection in front of our heart that it can get kind of tight there, right? So your sternum and your ribs on the front of your body, protecting your heart and your lungs. Just imagine a softening there. One more time, lift and lower. And come all the way up, circle your arms around, let your hands land on your glutes. Let's press into a standing back bend. So the hip points move forward, the shoulders hug back. Breathe here. So this action, the hips coming forward, is not actually part of fish pose. So we're gonna start to work a little bit different than this. And come back to neutral. All right, I'd like you to reach your fingers up and feel the muscles of your lower back when you're just standing in neutral, and they probably feel a little bit engaged, a little bit rounded on the sides of your spine. Now watch what happens to those muscles if we tuck the tailbone and round the back. See how they get flatter and softer. Come back to neutral. And now I want you to take a duck butt. Right? You're just gonna stick your booty out, wiggle it a little bit. And notice how when you do that, that's called an anterior tilt of your pelvis. Do you notice those muscles are stronger now? So that's what we're gonna need when we get to the floor for fish pose. We're gonna need a little bit of a duck butt and those muscles engaged. So I'm gonna ask you to hold this for just a moment. Bring your hands to your thighs. Keep your booty tilted backwards and your rib cage, your chest lifted upward, shoulders on your back. Start to sit and slide your hands to your knees. Let your body begin to memorize a new pattern of inward holding here. You're in a back bend, core stays strong. Let's add shoulder flexion, shoulder extension. Keep your tailbone pointed back. Should feel like those muscles are working overtime. Not pain, right? Not strain, just work. If you're feeling pain or strain, you can come out of that back bend a little tiny bit. Awesome, everybody. The next time you come up, release your duck butt, come to neutral, and let your arms come down to your sides. Let's release that a little bit. Step wide. Step out into a nice wide stance, and we're just going to start to lunge from side to side. Your spine can stay neutral. Start to lunge left and right. We'll bend in the knee. Bring your arms out into a T. And then we're going to make a circle. So as you lunge to the right, circle your left arm up and around. Circle that arm up and around. Your spine, be comfortable here. You can put a little bit of looseness in. We've been working a lot of holding. Find some ease here. And then let's pause in warrior 2. Arms parallel to the floor. The back foot is turned out, so the back ankle is super strong. Look out over your left middle, your right middle knuckle. Feel your breath here. Shoulders are held on the back. Turn the left palm. Sorry, I've got you guys backwards. Right palm. And now reverse your warrior. Reach to the ceiling. Put this nice deep bend in the hip. Open up through the right rib cage. You can look up at your hand. On the exhale, windmill the hand either to the thigh or the floor, and that's a place you could use a block. Back arm is going to slowly reach all the way over the head. Let your hips sink, create this nice long line in your side body. Armpit rolls forward a little bit, the shoulder wraps onto the back. Everybody, deep, full breaths. Let out a sigh. Bring yourself back to warrior 2. Straighten the leg and bring your hands to your hips, and let's just lunge side to side again. So adjust your feet so that your knees move over your toes. Nice and easy. Open your arms out. And then we're going to go to the left side. So bend your left knee, turn that back foot, and start to scoop the right arm. Deep, deep lunge. Building heat, movement in the body. You are beautiful. Let your light shine. You're just polishing off any blemishes you see in the mirror. They're no cap. They're not true. Let's find warrior 2. Turn the palm and reverse your warrior. You, my dear, are a being of light. You are made of stardust. You shine your light in a dark, dark world. And anyone who has tried to tell you different than that in your life is lying, untrue. As we come back to warrior 2, let's find side angle. So either resting on the thigh or reaching down for a block or the floor. This time the right arm comes way up and over. Create this nice long line of energy. Wrap your shoulder onto your back and breathe. Good. From here, we're just going to lower the arm and turn our body toward a lunge. Let's drop the back knee to the floor. So if I'm right, you have your left foot forward and your right knee back. I'm just going to move here. Start to move with breath. From lunge to hamstring. Just keep moving like that, as slow or fast as your body desires. And then let's come toward our left leg. I'm just going to switch so we're all the same. Press your hands onto your left knee and lift your spine. Reach back and feel again those erector spinae muscles, the ones we were feeling when we had duck butt. All right. I'd like you to trust your body, lean into a back bend here as you feel those muscles engage, shoulders on the back, and then come back to neutral. You might straighten the legs a little bit. Come down into your deeper hip stretch and add in your back bend. And then back up to neutral. So training these muscles on the back of your body to support your spine. Feeling strength up and down on both sides of your spine. Let's go one more time. Muscles engage. And come back up. From this upright position, cross the right arm over to the left knee, left hand on the back, and let's make a twist here. So your body is upright, your shoulders are wrapped. You can stay up high or drop down a little bit lower if you want to use some leverage here. Take a little twist for your spine, your belly, looking over your back shoulder. And then come back to center. Let's take all of 10 of our fingertips to the floor, tuck the back toes, lift the knee, and rise up into high lunge. Thumbs press back, bottom ribs tuck in. Find your cylinder, you're straight up and down. And then cactus your arms. Chest opens, shoulder blades pull together. Arms reach behind, interlace the fingers. And now we get to come away from that cylinder feeling. Let the rib cage lift, open into a back bend. Deep breaths. And release. Let's take our fingertips to the floor. Step the back foot to meet the front foot and hang for a moment in forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to get release in your low back. Hanging here in this forward fold. And we'll keep our right foot planted. Just take the left toes back and drop your knee. And we'll begin forward and back motion. Find a pace of movement and breath that seems perfect for you. Imagine looking into a mirror that is cloudy. It's not showing you your true reflection. And getting out the Windex and just cleaning, polishing that mirror so that you can see your true beauty reflected back to you. That's to me what yoga is doing. It's polishing the mirror. It's helping us see more clearly our true essence. Coming into the lunge, we'll press on the right thigh and lift. And with the hips down, see if you can find that gentle back bend. Fingertips can come to the low back. Get that same feeling you had when we were standing, those muscles contracting under your fingertips. And then just release to neutral, come upright, straight up over that thigh. And then again, hips lower, back arches. Come up again. One more time. Come into your back bend. And rise. All right, from this upright position, your twist. Left arm comes across, right hand stays on the low back or sacrum. Look over your right shoulder. We're going to stay upright, but if you'd like, you can slide the hand down, create a little more leverage. Breathe to expand your rib cage. Exhale to squeeze your muscles. And return to center. Take all 10 fingertips to the floor, tented up. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee, and up we come. High lunge. Find that tunnel, that cylinder, rib cage straight over the ribs, arms press back. Good. And then arms reach behind. Interlace the fingers, and now we get to shine the flashlight forward. So now the rib cage can lift, the shoulders pull back. Expand, shine, polish the mirror. Beautiful. Come back to center and take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower your hands, step the back foot to meet the front foot. Come into your forward fold. Exhale long. Let's lift halfway and then sweep the arms up all the way. Bring your hands to your heart. And then step wide once again. We'll do another little movement to kind of release some of that holding, some of that strength work, a little bit different than our normal sunflower. So take your goddess stance, bring your arms up into shoulder flexion. Really feel that. So shoulders pulling back, thumbs press back, but bottom rib stays in. From here, just squat deeper and lift higher. Squeeze your glutes. Squat deeper, lift higher. And then we'll just have the arms coming out into sun and right back up into that strong upward position. Moving today with more awareness, which I know is harder. Sometimes it feels good to just flow and move. Today is about awareness, preciseness, strength in areas we haven't been thinking about maybe. Building this great foundation for an amazing pose. In anticipation of fish pose, it's a posture designed to help you find your voice. It's a posture designed to help you connect this bright light around your heart and allow it to express itself out into the world. Let's go a little faster. Lifting up high, turn all 10 toes forward to the long edge of your mat. Drop your left arm, reach the right arm up and over. Take a nice big stretch here through the side of your body. Come back to center and switch. Stretching through the side of the rib cage. And back to center. Turn those toes out again. Come down into your goddess squat. And now the hands come to the knees. We're going to stretch those outer muscles. So pushing across. Your left arm is straight and it's really pushing into your left knee as the shoulder tries to find its way to the right knee. Feeling those muscles on the back of the ribs stretching. Come back to center, switching sides. I'm gonna go each way one more time. So this part of the spine, the parts of the spine where the ribs connect, there are 12 vertebrae, and it's really strong. Switch sides. It's a strong, rigid part of the spine, so we're spending extra time to find looseness there today. And then come down to the center, fingertips on the floor. Turn your toes forward again and let yourself lower into a nice wide forward fold. You can nod your head, you can shake your head. Breathe deep here. Just let the body stretch. Lifting halfway, lengthen through the crown of your head. And then let's return again to the top of our mat, stepping into downward facing dog. And this will be the last time I invite you to take a vinyasa, or you could stay here, or you could come into child's pose. Anything goes right here. We're going to lower our knees to the ground and come all the way down onto our bellies. So we're going to do a couple more things here, working on that back strength. So let's start with the feet. Point your toes back, press your toes into the floor and lift your kneecaps. All right, the hips don't have anywhere to go, right? They're glued to the ground, so we need to lift up from there. So let's start with the arms behind us, palms down, and we'll lift into locust. Shoulders wrap onto your back. This is the pose that we worked on Monday, so you might be feeling some of that. Now, either stay here, or if you'd like, sweep the arms up like snow angels and come to an arms overhead version of locust. That's asking a lot of your back muscles to hold you there. Lift your chest, lift your chin. Woo! Breathe. Press your toenails down. And then make a pillow of your hands. Turn one cheek. Let everything go. Wiggle it all out. So wiggle it all out. You might bend your knees and just windshield wiper your feet. Deep breaths. Muscles have been working, let them relax. And then with hands by the shoulders, let's come up into a tabletop position and go the opposite direction. Lift into cat pose. Tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin. Breathe. Cat. And then neutral. Let's find our way around to a seat. We made it to the ground. All right, once you get seated, I'll go sideways. Legs are extended out in front of you. We're gonna point the toes here. And this is a nice little trick. If you put a block at the end of your mat, I want you to try to press the block down with your toes. And your feet are gonna get tired because our feet aren't used to working that hard in that position unless you're a ballerina. So you can release and press. Just keep working on that plantar flexion of the feet. My feet get little cramps in them when I do that. All right, so then we're gonna take our hands behind us and press the chest forward. So that's the action of fish, pulling the chest forward, lifting the chin. You should really feel strength in your back, light in the front. And from here, we're just gonna do some neck work. So chin to the chest and head gently back. This is one of the few places where we're gonna ask you to come into that Pez head or that full length back. You might feel in this position that your trapezius, the muscles in the base of your neck, are there to support your head as it comes back. Forward and back. And then release. Keep your toes on the block. Press your hands, lift your hips up. Look either straight up ahead of you or behind you. Come into inclined plank. And release that. Shake out your hands. Okay, everybody, have your block nearby. We're ready to go for full fish. So fish pose, Matsyasana, again, it's a heart opener and it's a voice finder. So we're actually going to sit on our hands. So go ahead and place your hands right underneath your glutes. And depending on the length of your arms, that may happen all the way underneath your sitting bones, maybe just the edges. All right, so from here, you press your chest forward, point those toes, and lower down to your elbows. And readjust your hips on your hands. Wiggle your elbows underneath you. Pull your chest up. So this is the version of fish that most people feel most comfortable in. So you're holding your neck up. For the full expression, if your neck says it's okay, you're going to lift your chin, lift your chest, slide back a little until you feel your head touch the floor. You're pointing your toes, you're lifting your ribs, your head is down, and you can put your head on a block if you like. You can even bring your bottom teeth in front of your top teeth to stretch more through your chin. And then you're just bringing to mind something you'd like to express in the world. As a final piece, if you'd like to keep the pose but release the hands, you can bring the arms up in the air and point your fingers. Careful with your neck. When you're ready, just gently unwind and lay on your back. And gently turn your head from side to side. Draw your knees into your chest. That's a huge pose. I don't think we often think of fish pose as being a back bend, but it is, obviously, right? So give your back muscles some love for all of that hard work. Take a twist to both sides. So opening the arms in a T, drop your knees over to the left, turn your head to the right. Any kind of twist that you like. And this is the letting go time. This is the relaxation time, no more work. You can let your exhales lengthen, draw out a little longer. You might hear yourself even letting out a sigh. Let's bring the knees up, pause in neutral, and then the knees go to the right and the head turns left. Try to keep your shoulders on the floor. Come into those deep breaths with long, long exhales. We're making our way back to center. So if you'd like, if you're ready, you can go right into Shavasana, but I want to offer you one more option today. So if you'd like to take restorative fish, or if you'd like to see what that involves, you're going to want to bring yourself up to a seat. So the block or the cushion is going to come right where you would place like the bottom of a bra strap, the back of a sports bra. You want this to be really square underneath your shoulder blades. And you're just going to go ahead and lay down. Find that comfortable flat place for your shoulder blades. You can start with the soles of your feet together if you like. And then just adjust to where your head comes to the floor. So usually takes a little bit of wiggling to find the exact place for your prop. Option to extend the legs and point the toes in, like in fish, or just relax your feet. The supported fish can come to be a very, very comfortable posture with the benefits of fish pose, minus all of the effort to be in fish pose. But it might take a little getting used to for your back to be pressed forward like this. So feel free to wiggle and adjust and get comfortable for Shavasana. As you continue resting here, either in restorative fish or Shavasana, I'd like to leave you with the words of Derek Wolcott. This is from Love After Love. The time will come when with elation you'll greet yourself, arriving at your own door, in your own mirror, and each will smile at the other's welcome and say, sit here, eat. You will love again the stranger who was yourself. Give wine, give bread, give back your heart to yourself. To the stranger who has loved you all your life, whom you have ignored for another. The stranger who knows you by heart. Take down the love letters from the bookshelf, the photographs, the desperate notes. Peel your own image from the mirror. Sit, feast on your life. So as you finish this resting time, I ask you again to imagine seeing your face in a mirror. You are beautiful. You are stardust. You shine like diamonds in the nighttime sky. Your smile warms my heart. Sparkle in your eyes brings me joy. Please don't let another minute go by without seeing your own beauty. Let's wiggle our fingers and our toes. Gently stretch your body out in all directions with a yawn and a sigh. When you feel ready, curl up into a little ball on one side and press yourself back up to a seat. Let your arms come behind you one more time with that beautiful light shining out in front of you. Take a deep breath, arms float all the way up. Gather light in your hands, bring it right to your heart. Turn up the corners of your mouth and bow to yourself, to that beautiful image in the mirror. Shine your light today, my friends, because this world is in desperate need of what only you can offer it. Thank you all for being with me today. Namaste.